Hey guys, what's going on? You're here with Mike at Badlands Paintball, our Toronto West location. Super stoked today. We're actually going to be checking out one of my favorite guns on the wall and one that I've got a lot of use in personally. Absolutely love the thing. It's the Planet Eclipse Etha. Absolutely excited to take a look at this guy. Let's dive on in here right away and see what it's got to offer. Alright guys, so the Planet Eclipse Etha. Let's check this thing out. So for starters, one of the most underestimated things in paintball, especially at a more inexpensive level, like the Planet Eclipse Etha, is a quality box. So many guns at this price range are going to be coming in more of a foam case or a cardboard case, and it's just not going to stand up to long periods of time on that paintball field. So we peel this guy open, you see a nice hard outer shell, tons of really dense foam in here to keep your paintball gun safe. And one of my favorite things about it right out of the box, another huge thing, a good manual. A lot of other markers, again, not producing this. Eclipse is always fantastic about producing a really great manual. You can see in here, tons of color-coded pictures for those of us who don't really like to read, even though you should. One of my favorite things is actually going to be at the back here. It's a problems and solutions section. You can see it right here. So you've got possible problems, the cause of them, and the actual solutions. If you combine that system there with the great parts kit that they send with you, this bag looks small, but there's about like 20 tiny bags in here with about 3 or 4 of everything that you could possibly need. All your O-rings, they've got spare springs in there, detents, you got your front bolt O-rings there as well. So you've got tons of stuff in there. Also combine that with your grease and a really, really great Allen key set. With all those things combined, you should very rarely need to bring this into the shop. Super easy to tech yourself. And then of course, if you don't feel confident enough with it, Eclipse has a 1-year parts warranty, and you can get that through Badlands too. So any tech issues, not going to be a problem with Eclipse. So we got our Allen keys, we can put those to the side. We've got our Eclipse grease, we can put that to the side. Wicked parts kit again, put that off to the side here. We got our manual. Alright, now the marker. Oh wait, actually there's one more thing in here. Barrel sock. Everybody loves a good barrel sock. So put that to the side. So we got our barrel here, shaft 4 barrel. One of the pieces of equipment that the Etha here is going to share with its higher end counterparts, like the Planet Eclipse Ego, as well as the Planet Eclipse Geo. Now it is reverse threading on here, just like its bigger counterparts. So you're going to thread in the front tip one way, get the gun out here, you're going to actually thread the back in the opposite direction. This just means that you're not going to end up over tightening your barrel. This can happen a lot when you're not paying attention, like I'm not doing right now, threading this guy in the wrong way. There we go, got it going the right way now, thread that guy all the way in there. So it is, like I said, the 14-inch shaft barrel kit. Going to be ridiculously micro-honed, control bore at the back, nice open porting at the front, keeping this guy accurate, nice, smooth, really quiet. So let's start from the bottom of this marker here. We've already talked about the barrel system. One of my favorite parts on here is going to be the new inline ASA system that they have here. It is the same internals as the Pops ASA that can be found on the Ego and Geo series. They've just simplified it using this really neat twist on and off air system here. That's going to bring our air right up into our SL3 reg, another sharing feature with the Ego 11 and the Geo 3 series. So again, really high-end parts on an entry-level gun. Entry level. Very inexpensive way to get really, really high-end parts. So the SL3 reg is going to keep this thing nice and smooth, keep it really efficient and accurate. As we go up through there, you're going to see another sharing feature that we have with some of our higher ends. In the eye covers here that holds our laser eye system and our detent system. So those are also going to be parts that they share. As we move a little bit further on here, we do get into the valve system here. We'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the grips. Now this section here is definitely new for the Planet Eclipse series. Normally we have a 3-screw design for the grip panels. They definitely simplified it with this guy, making it much easier to maintain. You've got 1 screw in the bottom and it actually has a little tab in the back and the top here. So if you unscrew that one piece, the entire grip frame can come right out. That's going to give you access to your batteries, give you access to the switches to flip out your firing modes there as well. Speaking of firing modes, you can access those with the flip switch on the inside and the button on the back here. That's going to give you, your battery power, your battery life, whether or not your eyes are on or off. And, well, really just whether your gun is on or off. If that light ain't flashing, your gun's not working. So Also, within this grip frame area here, we've got our trigger assembly. This is going to be another piece that it shares very similarly to the Ego and Gigo series. Really, really comfortable trigger and also really adjustable. You have travel to the micro switch adjustability, travel after the micro switch adjustability, and you're also going to have overall tension adjustability too. So for those of you guys who really like to personalize your trigger, you absolutely can with this guy. Feed neck. We definitely talk about the feed neck. Same feed neck that you're going to find on the E-Tech series. Absolutely fantastic. Really clamps your loader in there. Keeps it nice and low profile. Really strong. And actually, while we're talking about the feed neck, we could talk about the material. It is a glass reinforced nylon composite. Same thing they use on the E-Tech series. They're also going to be using that in the grip frame here as well. This is a brand new type of material that Eclipse has been kind of dealing with their E-Tech series, and it is absolutely tried and true, proven now. Really lightweight, very strong, and keeps things inexpensive as well. So they're able to give you quality without breaking the bank. And actually that really defines this marker altogether, is inexpensive way to get really, really high-end gear. If you want something that feels like some of the Planet Eclipse higher-end markers, this is the way to do it without breaking your bank. So what else can we talk about? The new valve system. It's Planet Eclipse's pull poppet valve system. Really great actually. It pulls right out the back here. So we can actually twist that out right now, give you a good look at it. Again, with the marker being able to pull that bolt right out the back, we're talking about easy maintenance. I talked about how you have all these parts here, you've got the grease, you've got the Allen keys to be able to maintain this guy, and that certainly helps make it easy, but keeping a simplistic internal operating system definitely helps as well. So I can pull this bolt right out the back here, and that's the entire engine. I don't know if you'll be able to see here, but now you can see right down the breech of the marker. You can run a swab through there, make sure there's no paint or grime in there, and then you've got your bolt here. So it is a spring return bolt, pull poppet, which is very much like an inline poppet system, keeping it super simple. So the spring return there, if we pull off our bolts, just like so. Now it's a stainless steel bolt. That means it's never going to wear. This thing will keep going and going and going. Just again, another thing that Planet Eclipse was going for an entry-level marker, keeping things simple and allowing you to keep this thing maintained and keep it running with minimal effort from yourself. So we can actually get right into the poppet system here by just twisting off the front half, and that'll open right up. There we go. With a little bit of effort. Now we can see our poppet stem in here. So in terms of maintaining this guy, you are going to want to wipe the paint off the front half here, off the bolt and off the spring, and if you need to grease it, it's going to be just on the inside here. You got one O-ring on the front, one O-ring in the middle, and there's going to be one more O-ring in the back here. We do need a wrench to open up this back half. It'll also give us access to our poppet spring back there too. We're not going to open that up right now, and really, in reality, you're not going to have to do that very often on the field either. So we can actually slide that guy right back in there. Before you do put it back together though, you may want to run a little bit of a swab, a small swab right through there. Make sure there's no paint or grease in there, and you can also apply a thin layer of grease on the inside of that tube as well, because that is actually where you can see the black stem on the inside of the bolt. That's going to be sliding up and down within that tube, so having a little bit of grease in there will help keep it smooth as well. So we can twist that right back on there, just like so. Make sure it's nice and tight. You're going to want to grease up the rear O-rings too as well, just to make sure there's no air leaking out the back. We can slide that bolt right back on top. So honestly guys, minimal maintenance with this guy and it will just keep on trucking, and that's the name of the game with the Etha. So we slide that back in here, and you'll be good to go. So those are all the best features of this Etha here, guys. I cannot say enough about this guy. I've had a ton of opportunity to shoot it. I absolutely love it. If you want a marker, again, that has really, really high-end parts, shares tons of parts with those $1,300 markers that you see out there that us mere mortals just cannot afford. If you want an inexpensive version of those with extreme durability, the Etha is absolutely for you. Alright guys, so that's the Planet Eclipse Etha. Absolutely love this guy. Again, inexpensive way to get ridiculously high-end parts on your Planet Eclipse marker. Honestly guys, we have tons of these guys in the shop. You can see we have a few of our colors, well actually this side. And in terms of our shops, we've got 8 locations across Canada. If you want to see all the Planet Eclipse goods we have to offer, please come in anytime, okay? Especially here at Toronto West if you want to see Mike. We do have our Geos and Egos as well if you want to see those. Also, check us out on Facebook, check out our website, follow us on Twitter as well too. If you want to see everything we have to offer, you can definitely see it in those 3 areas there. And especially in regards to Facebook, keep your eye on there. We're doing tons of promotions lately, so if you want to win some free stuff, that's an absolutely great place to do it. And again guys, please follow us and comment below with anything you have to say.